quick look at the software I'm writing for the SoundWall. Some of you know we're changing the hardware over so it all runs off a PC instead of the hardware-based system that it's had running for the last 10 years. This means we need to have a new timing system which takes care of daily scheduling and playback of pieces. So I've got this little application which has got a page for every day in the week, and down the side here times that we can perform different commands. There are 6 types of commands that we can use. Regular text fires off an application or loads a project. If it's got angle brackets, it's an internal command like wait or focus or change the host, things like that. If it's in regular brackets, not the curly pointy ones, but just regular brackets, then it's a MIDI command that you can use to control a host with. If it's in square brackets, it's keyboard commands, and it will type into whichever program is focused, whatever you put into the gap. If it is, pointy brace brackets, then it's a combined command which can use both MIDI and keyboard commands. And finally, the last type has got an exclamation mark at the start and beginning, and again that's an internal command, but it's just to watch out that it might do something dangerous, like for example shut the system down. Okay, so further to that, with the use of pipes we can join commands together into macro strings. So we can, for example, set the running host to Reaper, focus the application, and then using a combination of keyboard or MIDI commands, get the application to quit. Okay, so what this is going to do is things like loading up a MIDI filter system, loading a new set into the filter, and giving us a program to play with. And likewise, it can shut that down as well. So when I throw all that together into one command sentence, we can load the MIDI filter up, load up audio host or two, get them to do a few things, play with each other, and the net result will be that the SoundWall starts to play a piece, and it will look something like this. So here comes the MIDI filter. It's loading up the settings for Nuendo, so that anything we can talk from the app talks straight into Nuendo. It's loaded Reaper, which has now got a Bruta mixer inside it. It's loading Nuendo, and Nuendo has now got the creative project. As Nuendo loads its files, the other app is sitting there waiting in the background. Nuendo's found everything it needs, and now that's started to play. And Nuendo is now busing its audio into Reaper, and in Reaper you'll find we've got the familiar SoundSpiral panel. All the sounds coming in, getting mixed in Reaper, and Reaper is then talking via its output to the hardware, which goes through the amps and back up through the cable to the speakers. And so throughout the day this program is going to be running various commands to open up different projects and shut down the system. At the end of the day it'll just pull everything down like this, and off it goes. So inside the commands, what's happening is a basic bit of Visual Basic code. Each one of the macros is something that gets loaded and compiled exactly when it's needed and triggered. So we don't have to define exactly what we're doing. We can say, right, okay, here's a new host, let's see how we can control it. We can either use the keyboard or the mouse or a combination, and put in place a virtual engineer to do the button pushing for the day. And so that's basically where we're at with it. I'm just having a bit of fun getting this set up and testing what would happen in the scenario whereby we have this piece playing. And so far it seems to be working pretty well. So within the next month this will be going live in the museum. And again, I'll stick it on the website for anyone who wants a copy, because it's just handy for automating things where you need both MIDI and keyboard and mouse control over the events of the day. So there it is. It's not got a name at the moment. I expect I'll give it a rather silly name at some point in the future. Okay, well, that'll do for the moment. Bye.